Let's focus on hooking your audience and improving the first 3 seconds of your TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts video content. Hi, I'm Abhi, and welcome to the first episode of the GRND Media Podcast, where we discuss the creator economy and growing your following through short-form video content. Today we're going to talk about why the first 3 seconds of any short-form video content is so important and how you can use it to hook your audience and have them watch the rest of your video essentially and increase your audience retention by doing so. The first 3 seconds are so important no matter what niche you're trying to implement, because we've heard it all along. People's attention span is getting less and less as time goes on, right? Well, the real important reason why you want to increase why you want to hook your audience in the first 3 seconds of any video is because they're scrolling endlessly throughout these platforms. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. It's basically you go from one piece of content in one genre or one niche to you can go to a completely different niche. And it's so important that you make sure to keep your audience eyes on your video and stop them from their endless scrolling. So there's so many different ways of spicing up your content and spicing up the first 3 seconds of your video. Today, I'm going to give you some 3 general examples that you can start implementing today to hook your audience in the first 3 seconds. Okay, the first example is this. If you're trying to do X, have you tried Y? And here's an example of that hook in an actual way that you can implement it. So if you can say this. If you're trying to grow a following on TikTok, have you tried putting a big hook in the first 3 seconds of your video? So I love this example for a couple of reasons. First is it's focusing on a goal and focusing on an option that your audience might not have tried. So for example, if you're trying to accomplish X, I'm trying to accomplish a goal, I'm trying to accomplish an action, have you tried implementing Y strategy or Y tactic? So it's a great hook because it applies to so many different niches and you can start implementing it very easily into your content, and you can create many different varieties of this hook essentially in your content. So, and it gets the audience thinking, maybe the audience member who's about to see this video is thinking, I've tried to accomplish this before, but I wasn't so successful. Maybe this content that I'm about to watch is going to discuss a method that I haven't tried before. And that's why this hook is so powerful. All right, example number 2 of a hook. Why X does not work when you're trying to accomplish Y. So my example for this is this. Why copy and pasting your content from TikTok to YouTube Shorts does not work to increase your following. I love this example because it's so eye-catching to the viewer. For example, you see a lot of this in YouTube, long-form YouTube videos. You see this in clickbaits. You also see it in thumbnails a lot because generally speaking, people are interested in knowing why something does not work. Why copy and pasting TikTok to YouTube Shorts does not work? Because that's an action that a lot of people do, especially if you're using a hook like this. An action that everyone does, and your reason for why that does not work is a powerful hook that you can start using today. I love this hook for many different reasons. You can use it across many different examples as well. All right, example number 3. I did X and Y happened to me, and this is how you can do it too. I like this hook for a couple of reasons. So recently, Alex Hormozi posted a video of him discussing this hook in a conference that he was speaking at. So if you guys don't know who Alex Hormozi is, go check him out after this podcast on YouTube. Just type in Alex Hormozi. And basically this entrepreneur or this content creator / entrepreneur grew his following exponentially by thousands of followers in the last 6 months. And one of his content strategies that he implemented was a very basic content strategy. It's basically, this is how he laid it out. I did something cool, and then I told people about it. I recorded myself and I distributed it. That's essentially, now I implore you to go watch his keynote speech, but that's basically what he wants to get at. when you're trying to shoot content or when you're trying to disseminate content across many different platforms, doesn't it become so much easier if you just did something cool or what you deem cool and then shared it? It brings an instant credibility because you actually did the thing and then you documented yourself doing it because you have it on video, audio, etc. I love this hook because you can use it endlessly. I mean, essentially, you can use it for 5 days of the week or 7 days of the week if you wanted to. I did something cool on Monday, and this is how you can do it too. For example, I grew one of my brands to 1,000 followers on YouTube using shorts, and this is how you can do it too. I love this hook because you can use it endlessly. Along with using big hooks, here are some fundamentals that you can use to increase your audience retention. Use an editing software when it comes to your short form video content. Yes, a lot of people use editing software for long form, but I see a lot of people just shoot their content natively on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? You're in the moment and you're shooting some content. But it works in your favor when you're using editing software, whether natively, TikTok natively has an editing software on its app, which is great, by the way. You guys should go try it. And you can cut your footage directly to the hook. So the reason I implore you to use editing software is because sometimes I'll be watching a TikTok or a YouTube Shorts, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too, where in the beginning of the video, there's that awkward 1 or 2 seconds where nothing is happening, it's really silent, and then someone starts talking. Guys, I've seen this countless amount of times. It's hurting your retention. It's hurting the effect of the hook that you have. So just use the editing software, even on your phone or even your phone's native editing app, to cut your video straight to the hook. I edit most of my short form video content on my phone using an app called Splice. This podcast is not sponsored by them or anything, but there's a free version of this app, and there's countless other apps that you can edit video content on your phone with. Make sure that you use this editing software to go straight to the hook, because not only will that make your hook more potent, but it'll actually help in keeping your audience staying on your video. All right, so the next tip is add captions to your videos. Captions really take your videos to the next level. Now, TikTok natively has a captions tab when you're creating and posting videos, which is great, but you can take your video to the next step, especially when you have captions used with a big hook. Like, let's say you have why copy and pasting your content on TikTok to YouTube Shorts does not work. Let's say you used captions right when I was saying that in a video. Your audience retention will go through the roof because it has been shown that a significant portion of people watch Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok without their sound on. And if you have captions, they can still keep in tune with what your video is about because they're reading what's going on. And also, even if your viewer has sound on, think about it. You're giving them so much sensory information. You're giving them a great visual of you speaking or showing something. You're giving them great audio of them hearing it happen or a trending song that's playing in the background. And you're giving them the ability to read what's happening with a caption. That is a lot of sensory information that's going to grab their attention right when they see your video and keep them from scrolling to a different video. So it's really important that you guys add captions to your short form video content. Again, there's a lot of apps out there that you can use to add really nice captions. You'll see a lot of people like Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, Gary Vee, all of these content creators / entrepreneurs. I don't know what you guys will call them, but all of these guys post videos, and if you see their videos, it has a lot of captions and a lot of emojis and a lot of different, these captions are in different fonts and they use colors, and all of this is meant to grab your attention to not just stay on their video, but really grab your attention to every word that is spoken by them in their video content. So there are a lot of free apps. Again, I use Splice. Feels like I should be sponsored by them by this point, but I use Splice because it's just easy. You can auto populate captions. There are many other apps that you can use. If you want to get fancy with it, just like Alex Hormozy does or Grant Cardone does, There's a lot of video tutorials because those types of captions that they're getting, I haven't found an app on your phone that gives you that type of font or gives you that specific type of caption with a lot of emojis. You kind of have to use a robust editing software to get that done. And you don't have to use a robust editing software, but if you want your captions to be at that level, you can use Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can import the captions in there, that specific font, and you can edit it word for word. It does take a long time, but again, it'll take your content to the next level. But for now, if you're just starting out with captions, you can use the native TikTok app to put captions on your video, or you can use a editing app like Splice, or Captions is another one to add captions to your short form content. In the first 3 seconds, if you add a big claim or a big hook, and you're able to edit your video right to where your hook starts, and you add some really nice captions, you have taken your videos to the next level. It will help increase audience retention, and it will help increase viewership and have these platforms push your content to more people. The first 3 seconds of short form video content is so important, and you see it many times with successful content creators. They focus on the first 3 seconds of their videos, and they're successful in doing so. Try these tips out today when you create your short form video content, and please do let me know how your video performs. This was Abby, and remember, content is a grind, but that doesn't mean you can't get some help along the way. And I hope this podcast was helpful. If this podcast was helpful, I would really appreciate y'all subscribing to the GRND Media Podcast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.